Shalom. Call Halaim La Yahweh Bashem, Yahushai Bashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. And sincere shalom to 144,001 third. Salakia, okay, your nose been acting up lately. So dive straight into the lesson. Gonna go to Colossians, the 3rd chapter, and verse 12. Put on therefore as the elect of the Most High, holy and beloved, bowels of mercies, kindness, humbleness of mind, meekness, and long suffering. So the elect would have these properties, all right? They would be holy, which is set apart, beloved, okay, because we're moving like the Most High, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is with us, and he'll show us signs. He'll deliver our enemies to our hands, whether it's a small matter or a big matter. All right, our enemies doesn't exclusively have to be the Edomites. As a nation, it could be little small skirmishes you have in life. Answering prayers. Of course, ultimately understanding these scriptures is the foundation of our faith. All right, long suffering. Okay, let's go into long suffering. So, long suffering.
Strong's G 3115. Makrathumia.
All right, you heard it. Patience, endurance, constancy, steadfastness, perseverance, patience, slowness in avenging wrongs. Yeah. The Edomites haven't paid not a bit. They've just been basking in their glory from 1492 on down. You understand? There has been no retribution for the children of Israel, man, for these Edomites. Let's get Romans, the 9th chapter, in verse 16. So then it is not of him that willeth, nor of him that runneth, but of the Most High that sheweth mercy. So mercy to the children of Israel is gonna be us, the elect, particularly, Lord willing. We're a part of the elect. The part of the body. The Israelites are part of the body. Okay. The mercy for us is to see the fall of this place, and the Most High to give up his long suffering, bring judgment to the Edomites, to Babylon the Great, to the world. Okay. When you look at people in the truth as it is now, let's reread that, Romans 9:16. So then it is not of him that willeth. So you can have faith, you can believe you're part of the elect, you can do everything that needs to be done. You can be on point. You cannot go. You be on point, right? Nor of him that runneth. So put in that work. You can do whatever, all right? But of the Most High that sheweth mercy. So the Most High has his elect. Like, for example, you can have a brother that's not even really pushing the truth like that. Doesn't even really know of the truth, okay? He's in the world. He can even be wicked as all hell, right? In the world. And you could be in the faith on point. You on point. And he's part of the elect and you aren't. Okay? The Most High can do that. All right? The Most High Yahweh can do that, because it's not this is not based upon your works. It's based upon who the Most High has set up to be a part of the elect and who isn't. You understand? Now let's scroll down to verse 22. What if the Most High, willing to shew his wrath and to make his power known, endured with much long suffering? So everything that's going on now has been an endurance for the Most High, for Yahushua, for the angels, for the Israelites. Okay, it's just been endurance, enduring the wickedness. Okay, that surrounds us, that's in the air, that's being fed into our minds. All right. endured with much long suffering the vessels of wrath fitted to destruction, which are the Edomites. So the elect, one of the main qualities and properties and identifications of the elect is that they're enduring whatever is coming their way. Now let's hit up Galatians, the 5th chapter, and verse 1. Stand fast, therefore, in the liberty wherewith the Most High had made us free. Yeah, because we're not bound by the law. We're not justified by the law. Our righteousness comes through Yahweh Shai. And be not entangled again with the yoke of bondage. Behold, I Paul, say unto you, that if ye be circumcised, the Most High shall profit you nothing. For I testify again to every man that is circumcised, that he is a debtor to do the whole law. The Most High, Salakia, Hamashiach is become of no effect unto you. Whosoever of you are justified by the law, ye are fallen from grace. So we're supposed to endure, all right, with the faith of Yahweh Shai, okay, not of the law. The law is not going to save us. Of course, we still got to keep the law to the best of our abilities, because the law tells us what sin is. Okay, sin is the transgression of the law. Roughly paraphrase, I think that's John 3 and 4, 4 and 3, around there. Let's go to Isaiah. Isaiah 40. Isaiah 40 and 31. But they that wait upon Yahweh shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not faint. I'm going to reread that a little bit more, just a little bit. Isaiah 40 and 31. But they that wait upon Yahweh. So what is waiting? Endurance. Because we're incorruptible flesh. You know, we have ailments. We have trouble in the flesh. You know, our righteousness is filthy rags. We're going through stuff. So we're enduring whatever our lot is to get turned up, man. And, you know, there's an example of this in, let's go to 1 Samuel. 1 Samuel 30, and I'm going to start from the top. Verse 1. And it came to pass when David and his men were come to Ziklag on the third day, that the Amalekites had invaded the south in Ziklag and smitten Ziklag and burned it with fire. So the Amalek, them small hats, all right, they marauded this area, this city, and pillaged and plundered it, all right, and had taken the women captives that were therein. They slew not any, either great or small, but carried them away and went on their way. So they took the women. Why did they take the women? So they can pop them, you know, sell them, whatever. So David and his men came to the city, and behold, it was burned with fire, and their wives and their sons and their daughters were taken captives. Then David and the people that were with him lifted up their voices and wept until they had no more power to weep. So they were like, you know, like, oh, you know what I'm saying? They tweaked out, they bugged out, man, because their resources, you know, their food, their raiment, their money, and of course, the most important thing to them, all right, in the flesh, their wives and their children were taken, all right, and then laid to waste. Their materialistic things laid to waste. Verse 5, and David's two wives were taken captives, Ahinoam and the Jezreelitess, and Abigail, the wife of Nabal the Carmelite. And David was greatly distressed, for the people spake of stoning him, because the soul of all the people was grieved. So they had to take out their anger on somebody. So he's the top dog. So let's go after him, right? Every man for his sons and for his daughters, but David encouraged himself in Yahweh his power. And David said to Abiathar the priest, Ahimelech's son, right, not Amalek, Ahimelech, I pray thee, bring me hither the ephod And Abiathar brought thither the ephod to David. And David inquired at Yahweh, saying, shall I pursue after this troop? Shall I overtake them? And he answered him, pursue, for thou shalt surely overtake them, and without fail recover all. So yet David will be able to get back everybody's stuff, because the Most High Yahweh said he would. Okay. Now let's go to 2nd Esdras 16. And I'm going to scroll down to verse 73. Then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as the gold in the fire. So guess what? David was given the green light. He knew he was chosen at that moment to take that stuff back. He endured for that time, however length of time it was, until the green light was given to him from Yahweh. And it's going to be known, all right, through our endurance, all right, that we are a part of the elect. But guess what? When something like that happens, it's going to be insane, because the amount of faith, I mean, at that point, it's not even faith. You know, it's you know you're part of the elect. There's no more faith. It's all facts, right? Because faith is just let's get that. Hebrews 11:1. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. So if you're a part of the elect, there's no more hope. There's not more seen. You know you're part of the elect. So the spirit of the elect is going to be on a different level. You're going to be like, it's almost going to be like a transformation before the transformation, once you know you're a part of the elect. All right. Now let's go to Isaiah. Isaiah 42 and verse 1. Behold my servant, whom I uphold, mine elect, in whom my soul delighteth. I have put my spirit upon him. He shall bring forth judgment to the Gentiles. All right. So the elect are going to turn up and go after even the 2/3, because the 2/3 are still, Gentiles. They're heathen. Okay. Because guess what? They out there doing what? Eating abominable food, living the alphabet lifestyle. They're subscribing to Christianity and Mormons, and So let's go to Rome. Let's go back to Romans. Romans, the 9th chapter, in verse 15. For he saith to Moses, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy, and I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion. So being a part of the elect has nothing to do with you. All right. It has everything to do with what the Most High Yahweh has programmed, space and time and whatnot. Right. What we, flesh, the spirit, whatever he has set in order is going to fall through. Paul, his name was Saul, and he was wicked. Paul was killing people in the faith. All right. But guess what? The Most High Yahweh, sent Yahweh Shai and put Paul in order. And that's when his name was changed to Paul, and he became part of that body. Okay. Now let's get 2 Timothy, 2nd chapter, and verse 3. Thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. Yeah, because what we're coming into, if you're a part of the elect, is going to be nothing but evil, great evil, and you're going to have to endure what's coming. Like I said in previous videos, it's going to be outlandish things that you may have not even thought of that's going to happen. Like you could be in the middle of a acid rain or some type of toxic mist, something crazy like that can just take you out. No issues. And you're seeing people in the acid mist just melting and screaming, right? Some heinous act like that. The Most High Yahweh was bringing massive scales of judgment. Now let's get that. Let's go to 2nd Esdras, 13th chapter, in verse 23. He that shall endure the peril in that time hath kept himself. They that be fallen into danger are as such as have works and faith toward the Almighty. So if you believe you're part of the elect and you have hope that you're part of the elect, then you have to understand and also be aware that you're going to fall into great evil, a time like never before, Jacob's trouble. Now let's go back to 2nd Esdras 16. I'm going to end this off in 2nd Esdras 16 and verse 74. Hear, O ye my beloved, saith Yahweh, behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same. All right. So the elect are going to be delivered from this trouble. Yeah, you're going to have some of the elect be martyrs, but, there's still going to be a lot of the elect left. What's the point of killing off all the elect? Somebody has to be delivered. You understand? So I don't want to rush this out. It was edifying. Shalom.